Everybody, Richard Art here in my $3,000 Valentino Rockstud purse, my $3,000 Prada jacket, $2,000 Prada shirt, $2,000 or $3,000 Prada pants, Prada glasses, Prada hat, Prada bracelet, and it's all Prada, 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 Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off.
GM, word on the street is that Uniswap is done. Contracts expired in the next 2 days. Now, what does this all mean? Well, essentially, Uniswap's V3 business license expires on the 1st of April. So cue the copycats, the forks, and all the Ponzi's popping up with some fine copy pasta of that Uni V3 code. So let's explore what this means and some of the players that could pop up around this industry. There will be a lot that aren't yet announced that will just pop up out of the blue. Eyes on the likes of Phantoms Chain and BSC for likely candidates for most Ponzus. But let's dive into this today. So, of course, Uniswap is not going to die. This is the biggest DEX of them all. And even when you're on Etherscan, it shows the Uni data as the main trading data, no matter whether it is the best price execution or not. So obviously they're in bed with the Ethereum guys here. But a trip down memory lane, March 23rd, 2021. I remember this clearly because people were up in arms over the fact that Uni had a business source license on V3, i.e. no more open source. We're keeping our product to ourselves, kind of like a patent for a couple of years. So that 2-year period is about to expire on the 1st of April, 2023. And this, of course, came out the back of the fact that SushiSwap just forked Uni, created their own token, and then this caused the vampire attack. Liquidity providers moved over, investors also moved over, and Uni started to lose market share to SushiSwap. So some real old school shenanigans from 2021 going back down memory lane there. But of course, this business license now expires this month. So what does this mean? Well, as I stated, there's going to be a lot of copycats popping up all over the gaff. ResDegen posted this, a really good food for thought here. Uniswap V3 license expires April 1st. The gold rush play would be to buy those forks. That's probably where you're going to get the biggest gains. If you can get a fork early and then it takes off somewhat, attracts liquidity, attracts users to it, I think it could do very well. But that is kind of like trying to find a needle in a haystack. But obviously we'll do some research into this nevertheless and play the DJing games. But the shovel play for this gold rush, the protocol that will actively manage liquidity for all of these. So just imagine this as the business model for those who actively manage Uni V3 positions. Their total number of customers is about to go potentially exponential at this point. So this is kind of the shovel play in the gold rush era. So Peter Lynch with the famous quotes, during the gold rush, most would-be miners lost money, but those who sold the picks and the shovels to this industry made a nice profit. So let's go over 3 protocols real quick right here just to whet your appetite for this. First one is going to be Popsicle Finance, which is the ICE token. You know, the one that did a full market cycle in just like 3 months in the last bull? That one. So this is Danny Sester's project. He is making a comeback, has made a few little tweets here and there on Twitter, and when he does, you can see that on the chart for ICE because it goes up pretty swiftly. But he has actually been working on ICE in the background here, no longer with the Spell guys, but just fully concentrating on ICE. So in terms of a project that could actually spin up their own V3 Uniswap clone, these guys in my mind could be ones to actually fork it straight up and come out with their own exchange. This is the 6th month chart data there. You can see from the end of December, it was like 9-10 cents. And these are when Danny starts to tweet. Big spike up here and another one here as well when he tweeted out more recently as well. But still that chart looks pretty good. Staircase to heaven, I would suggest. So Popsicle Finance with their Sorbetto Fragola. This was their active management for your liquidity providing positions on Uni V3. So that was their main product offering. So again, these guys are going to have more business with more forks popping up, but I do think they might have something up their sleeve and actually just make their own fork. They have the expertise, they have a team to do this, and so this one could be an outside bet to do rather well here. As of late, they've been talking about their work on Arbitrum. They've shifted over a lot of focus to Arbitrum and trying to increase the yields to ICE stakers, you can stake your ICE for NICE and receive protocol yield. Rather interesting stuff. And they're also now looking at the likes of Optimism and Polygon Matic as well to start launching additional pools on these chains. So I highly expect you're going to see a lot more from these guys and Danny come 1st of April. However, on DeFi Llama, the protocol TVL only $1.4 million. So a little bit of disparity, kind of on the wrong end there. Price gone up a lot, but TVL flatlined. Now, next one is Gamma Strategies. This is one I have recently made a purchase in. I might kind of play for this industry in terms of grabbing a shovel and hoping for the best. Market cap just 16 mil, has gone up quite a lot as of late. But obviously when you have such a small market cap, to move the market cap higher, big percentages doesn't take all that much. But obviously on that 6-month time frame there, you can see there's a lot of interest in this one as of late. And if we go back to the start of the year, somewhere around 6 cents was the price point, now up to 32 cents. So we're talking around a 5.5x in terms of the token price during that time frame. A protocol for active liquidity management and market making strategies. So Uni V3 strategies is what these guys are all about. Cool little bit of a thread here from Cryptic Degen 2022, who says Gamma is a non-custodial automated active concentrated liquidity manager, so LPs don't have to focus on adjusting to keep liquidity within a range. That was the whole innovation of Uni V3, concentrated liquidity within certain price points only, whereas in V2 you offer a price point and your liquidity across a huge range, which is capital inefficient. Uni V3 made this highly capital efficient. Gamma automatically rebalances assets to keep you within the range and reinvest the earned fees to create sustainable real yield. They obviously work directly with protocols, but also end users as well. So for end users, you can just deposit your funds into pools called hypervisors and receive return on investment, the supply side fees after the rebalancing. Now, these guys have been hard at work in terms of their business development over the start of this year. Arbitrum, they launched structured products over there during the start of this year. Loads of strategies ongoing throughout that, and a lot of TVL has been accrued on Arbitrum. They're massive on QuickSwap DEX as well, and now a part of their active liquidity management for their V3 interface. So actually quite a large portion of their TVL, 17%, comes from QuickSwap directly. And then point number 10 down here, an integration with ZYB, that is Zyberswap. Another DEX you may have heard of there. So they're of course getting a lot of business development done. They were quite early on with Optimism as well, launching strategies over there, have received Optimism incentives. Expectation here is that they will put together a governance proposal to get ARB incentives from the ARB DAO also. Total fees up 731% in the last 90 days. Pretty cool stuff. And if we just go down here, they recently partnered with both Thena, which is on BSC, and also PancakeSwap here, are expected to have some usage of Gamma in their strategies as well. PancakeSwap will have V3 coming in April 3rd being the date, obviously post the license running out for Uniswap. So this spells a large scale changes across the DeFi and DEX in particular landscape. You can also stake Gamma for X Gamma, which accrues a real yield, roughly around 6% APY at this moment in time, but I do expect this will go up. Check them out over on their Medium page, loads of cool stuff. And as I mentioned, business development has been key here, adding more and more protocols all the time, hence this chart. So this is the TVL that they've managed to rack up here. And if you just look at the start of 2023, TVL 2.5 million. Their token price is up roughly 5.5x since the start of January, but TVL is now above $70 million. That means TVL has increased in a ballpark region of 25x in the same duration of time. And if we imagine this as a shop and their customer base, it's just about to explode with more and more Uni V3 implementations. Then we have Gelato Network. These guys are into smart contract automation. Again, they do manage V3 positions for Uniswap, so they could be a winner in this ecosystem. And of course, this is very much a picks and shovels play. You may have heard of Gelato from their integration with some big DEXs. Here is the 6-month chart there. Again, looks rather healthy in my opinion. One of those DEXs being PancakeSwap. Ever wondered how you can do a limit order on PancakeSwap powered by Gelato? And they are all into automation. These guys were the first ones to actually get on board with Uniswap v3 automated liquidity provision. They called it GUNI back here in June of 2021. So these were kind of one of the big first movers into this industry. More Uni v3 forks, more Uni v3 implementations. There's going to be more limit orders, more liquidity management, just a bigger slice of the pie that these guys can potentially tap into. So I do think all three of these projects I'm covering here are quite likely to do well over the coming months. But as you can see, 2022 stats looking rather healthy here for Gelato, over 3.45 million transactions done. And they say if you're looking for automation of smart contracts, they have the lion's share of the market, 78% of the full automation market share there. Huge number of partners as well. So really an ecosystem that I think is a bit under the radar, as it is the kind of back end workings and the plumbing of the DeFi sector, but people don't really know too much about it. So a bit of a dark horse, but again, I think they're going to have a big run here with the coming end to this Uni v3 business license. So Gelato, a Web3 decentralized backend empowering builders to create augmented smart contracts that are automated, gasless, and off-chain aware. So those are just some of the picks and shovels plays around this. Of course, we're going to see the actual forks potentially do even better, come out of the dust from literally zero market cap to maybe tens or even hundreds of millions of dollars. So I think this is an innovative space that is about to have a bit of a Cambrian explosion as of the 1st of April. We're probably going to find out who's been using the code in the background and can implement it very quickly directly on that date. So let me know down below, how are you going to be playing this fundamental change in the DeFi space, and what you make of these three picks we've gone through today. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.